Hi everyone. Today, I've picked out some great stories for you. And so, let's begin. Weird girl gets perfect vengeance. I was made fun of often in school. I moved to my district in 6th grade and all the way through senior year I was hardcore bullied. And in order for my YouTube channel to be more made fun, I need to get 1000 subscribers. So please subscribe to my channel, my friend. And I'll continue the story. Not just by only girls, but guys bullied me too. For some reason it hurt more when girls did it. Not gonna lie, they probably had some pretty good reasons. I've always had ASD and was diagnosed Asperger's when I was 9. Needless to say, I might have been a little strange. Lol, okay, I was totally a freak, but that's beside the point. 4 years into relentless bullying, we did frog dissections in biology and we had an extra credit session over lunch where we could opt to take out the brain. Extra credit to anyone who got it out whole. Well, I got bored during the dissection. My frog was already finished and I'd been going to other tables and cutting theirs for them too. Like I said, I was weird. So in my boredom, I stabbed my frog in the eye and a tiny little ball popped out. It looked like a ball of silica or something. Intrigued, I ran all over the class taking out the eyeballs of every frog there. Then my weird ass was carrying them around, inspecting them and playing with them. So, after lunch, we have 9th grade gym, which was swimming. My monthly friend was in town, so I was out of the pool that day. So I'm sitting by the pool, minding my own business, playing with these frog eyeballs, and some girl in the pool is like, hey, my name, what's in your hand? And other girls start answering. Dude, she took all the eyes from the frogs in bio. You what a freak, like seriously, why aren't you in a psych hospital psycho? Hey, my name, you're f-king weird. Eck. So I'm sitting there with my handful of eyeballs stolen from science frogs, and in my greatest comeback ever I say I may be weird, but I'm not swimming with frog eyes. These girls are apparently kinda slow, so they're all like what my hand comes up and I let loose the eyeballs of no less than 34 frogs, straight into the pool. Now, I want you to imagine this. Pool full of 14-year-old girls who are all pretty prissy princess types. Their eyes watch as whatever is in my hand flies into the air and the tiny frog eyes drop into the pool scattered like raindrops. A second passes. Instant pandemonium. Girls screaming and swimming as fast as they can to the pool edge. Girls pulling other girls' hair in bathing suits trying to get out before them. Girls crying, pulling out flip phones to call their parents. Girls dry heaving at the edge of the pool. You get the picture. It was such a scene that even the boys' gym teachers and the health teachers came running. I was sent to the principal. I'm pretty sure I got a detention for that, but still to this day that scene is one of my favorite and most hilarious memories. I wish I would have recorded it, but recording sucked in 1997 unless you had an actual camcorder. What do you think? Did I go too far? Hell no. Those bitches deserved it. So this is almost the exact story of a girl I went to school with. She was bullied a lot and was on the spectrum. Well, instead of frogs, we bisected sheep eyeballs. Even though she was small and kind of frailish, she tore through the eyes and was doing crazy good work plowing through it. Then she built the eye back but inversed the iris and the pupil. Someone made fun of her and she shot the sheep's eyeball across the room and hit them in the face. Such a good shot, Kobe would be proud. Ha, I snort laughed at this. Not too far at all. I am also familiar with the little frog eyeball bouncy part. My friend and lab partner in high school biology and I also continued dissecting and found those gems. We were bouncing them back and forth across the table at each other and laughing maniacally. It got even funnier when one of the football players caught one and threw it back before he asked what it was. When we told him, he turned green and hauled ass towards the bathroom. We were also weird girls. I needed some more weird girls in my school. If you noticed the part where I was cutting up everyone else's frogs. Yeah, the girls in my school didn't want anything to do with it. They were probably as green as your football player. Oh well, more fun for me. I'm also an autistic girl. I got my own diagnosis done in 2020. Hailstorm has an awesome new song called Strange Girl. My mom bounced a cow eyeball in school. Feels like reunions. I imagine this didn't really do anything to improve your social standing. Bullies don't care if you try to do normal things to impress them, they just mock you further. You don't improve your social standing until you start kissing the asses of the popular kids. Fuck that. I was homeschooled until high school. I had no idea how beautiful I was. The popular girls had two reactions: either try to get me in their clique because all pretty girls belonged with them, or they were afraid I would take over and so tried to destroy me. Having grown up with mostly animals instead of people, I was immune to their verbal bullying. I just pictured them as the little rooster that would crow in the big rooster's face, but had nothing more to offer than noise. I started collecting anyone who was an outsider, anyone who had no friends, anyone who was a little weird and turned them into my own group. I didn't lead them, I just had their back and offered friendship. Man, the popular kids hated me for that. The defining moment was the day I asked my dad advice about a bully that seemed to be wanting to make things physical. He told me that if she laid a hand on me, I could make sure she never did again. Even if I got in trouble at school, I would not be in trouble at home. Next time she came at me, I said, "Do you want to be my friend, Maria? Is that why you're always talking to me?" Of course she scoffed and said no. "Okay then, Maria. If you don't want to be my friend, you need to stop talking to me. I only talk to my friends. But if it's a fight you want, go ahead and hit me. But just you. I know your friends would be happy to help you fight, but that just means you're admitting you can't take me one-on-one. So, let's do this right now, just you and me. Prove to your friends that you're not all talk." She did the whole "you're not worth it" and walked away. She lost her queen bitch crown because her friends realized she had no power. Another queen bitch stepped up but never fucked with me or the people under my protection. Fridge returned to seller. I was looking for a second fridge and found one on Marketplace for a price I could live with. Drove out to see it. It was clean and the guy showed me that it worked. So, I paid him and took it home. Stupid me. Just because it turns on when it's plugged in doesn't mean it works. I asked if he'd give me half my money back. I figured there wasn't much chance he'd say yes, but I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt. Of course, he blocked me. I'm not interested in a broken fridge. So, I borrowed my friend and his truck a second time, loaded the fridge up, and returned it to this dude's house at about 1 a.m. We wedged that thing right up against his front door and left. Next time, yank the cord off it and break the light. That way he won't fool the next person without spending money on it. Great idea. Hopefully there isn't a next time. Now he's actually gonna get double the money. There will be. I'd be monitoring Marketplace for it. Or next time, fill it with raw fish and wait a week before returning it. Nobody would buy that stank. So, you're saying that you pay for the fridge just to find out it doesn't work, then take it back to him without any money back? Did you leave it in place upright for at least an hour before plugging it in? Used fridges and freezers need this time. Several hours in upright position and then 24 hours plugged in to reach temperatures. This was my first thought too. My experience is that a fridge needs a few hours or more to start working normally. Maybe Op returned a perfectly good fridge. I left it upright for 8 hours and then I let it get to temperature for 48 hours. It wasn't cold at all. For all the hassle it is to borrow the truck, load it up, unload it, I made sure. The fact that dude blocked him was pretty telling though. But my mother had me FB her fridge a few years ago and I made sure it was plugged in for a while before the guy came to check it out, so he knew it worked. He showed up in a car, then said he had to go back and get the truck his wife headed. Shows back up with wife and 2 or 3 young tow-headed kids. Mom said $100 and wasn't home, so I stuck with the price, but I could tell the guy was trying to get the fridge for nothing, and if mom was home, she might have let him have it. I get that buying anything is a risk second-hand or not. Anyways, later that night he posted a nasty message on FB saying the fridge did not work and I was taking advantage of him. I just replied that I did have the fridge plugged in and he was able to check for himself that it worked. It had been plugged in long enough to get cold. He never responded after that, but if he had not been nasty, I would have asked if he had let the fridge set for a while and checked to see if any wires or other parts had come loose. I only witnessed the loading of the fridge, not the unloading, and accidents happen. He had told me that they just bought a whole bunch of groceries only to find out their home fridge had died and he only had $100. I wondered how much he had before the grocery trip because I always try to have more than $100 left in my account if I've still a few days to payday. But if it was just a day or two, he could have got ice and then a cheap new fridge after payday. Our current fridge was $400, a little smaller than the old one, but it works fine. Real petty revenge would be for you to keep picking up scrap fridges and leaving them at his house, that is, until you get caught. Then it's petty. No need to do the work. Put an ad on Craigslist to have people drop off their fridges at his house. Then have another ad giving away those fridges. Must keep him busy. You're evil. I like it. Create a fridge henge on the front lawn. This reminds me of a story where a guy curbed his working fridge and put a note on it, "Free to good home." There were no takers, so he put another sign on it, "Fridge $50. That thing got stolen the very same day. Love the petty revenge. It would have been fun to fill it with packing peanuts, shredded newspaper or the like, so when he opened it up after unbarricading the front door, there would be another problem to solve. They figure if it has no value to you, free, then it's most likely broken or barely works. Prices implies value due to still working or what have you. Best way to get rid of stuff that still works, but you're done with it, price tags. It'll be gone before the ink dries. If you were being petty, you should have destroyed the fridge and made a mess for him to clean up. My friend suggested it, but I figured it was best to be gone quickly rather than take the time needed to bust up a fridge. Made the right choice. Why break it up and make lighter pieces for the guy to clean up because now the dude is just gonna scam someone else into buying it. True, they should have rendered it unusable. Just not break it into more manageable pieces. We did similar. We didn't wedge it at door. Just dumped in yard, but we screwed screws into it first so they couldn't just try to resell to another fool. Then we bought a new fridge. Lesson learned for both of us. We got screwed, but so did he got screwed indeed. Love the puns in this. Ignore the haters. You can only control what you can control. Haha. I'm not taking anything personally. I didn't think about the dude selling it again, I was just pissed. Oh, this video has come to an end. If you want more such cool stories, then go to one of the many following videos.